So starting with my feet twice my width of center of gravity, or twice my hip width, is really mechanically where I would want to start. I want to make sure that my toes are pointed straight ahead, not turned in or turned out. I want my feet straight ahead. Mechanically, they're in straight lines, so it enables me to be able to react quick as far as rotating, pivoting on the back foot, so forth. From there, I want to make sure that the weight is on the balls of my feet, not on my heels. So I'm going to achieve this flex through bending my ankles. And basically, how much I want to bend is bend my ankles until I can't see my toes for my knees. What's going to dictate most of our success in hitting to the opposite field or pulling a pitch correctly and getting our hands to go where they need to go, we need to make sure that first the hips go in that direction. For a pitch on the outside part of the plate, I know the pitch on the outside needs to go to right field or to the right side of the field. So I don't want to over-rotate and then end up trying to reach for the pitch out here. I'll let the pitch travel, get deeper in the box, and then rotate with my hips pointing to right field. Now my hands will now follow where my hips are pointing, and now I hit effectively to that side. Pitch on the inside part of the plate, I know the pitch needs to be hit to left field or to the left side of the field. So I will rotate quickly and get my hips turned fully so that my hands will now track toward left field. So what I need to do is make sure that this front arm stays bent so that I get this action with the front arm. Later you'll see drills that demonstrate how to work on this action and how to develop it. But if I take the bat to the contact point from this position, you'll notice that's the action with this front arm. But too many times we'll see players, after they load, they'll let the hands continue to creep back. Now I've barred the front arm, and I've got no choice again but to pull with the shoulder, which creates this look, dropping the barrel of the bat, front shoulder's flying away, head tends to want to fly out. And you'll hear coaches scream at the kids, your head's flying out, keep your head in, keep your head in. It's not the head that's the problem. It's I have created a bottom hand dominance with my swing, and I've got no choice but to pull the bat with the front shoulder. Well, the head's attached to the shoulders, so it's going to go with it. Another dry series drill that can be performed to work on the hand action that we referred to as far as the bottom hand and top hand action is a fence drill. What the player needs to do is take the bat and you go belly button to net or wall or whatever you have to hit against the fence. But the bat length, you want to stand bat length away from the fence, proper stance. And what we want to do is practice swinging without touching the fence or the net with the end of the bat. We talked about the bottom hand action, we talked about the top hand action. We want to control the bat with the top hand. So what I want to do is load and then perform a swing using the correct hand action, taking the knob of the bat to the ball, firing the top hand to the ball, and then correct swing without making contact with the fence. So to perform it correctly, if I'm using the right hand action, I'll be able to perform the swing without touching the fence. Load, swing. If it's done incorrectly, barring the front arm, again like we referred to earlier, then I'm going to get outside and around the ball and I'll hit the fence. The first drill I like to do when we first begin hitting off the tee is to work the hand action, both the bottom hand and the top hand. Generally, the top hand is going to do what it's supposed to do. As long as it starts in the correct position with the hand on top of the elbow, generally it's going to take the correct path to the ball. What messes it up is the bottom hand action or front arm action not doing what it's supposed to. So we'll start with the front arm, bottom hand. We're in our stance. What we want to do is simulate hitting a nail with a hammer. If there were a nail in the back of the ball, I want to put the arm in the correct position and just simulate hitting a nail and the bat being the hammer. All I want to do is extend the lower arm to the ball and then finish without the shoulder moving. So in this position, and again, we will not rotate for this because we want to make sure we feel the front side staying in, not opening up. If we rotate for this drill, we may get too much of the shoulder action moving away. So we want to focus just on the lower arm from the elbow to the hand. So in this stance, all I want to do is extend the arm to the ball and then finish through it, keeping the shoulder closed. So we're here, stance, hit. Okay, now we move to the top hand drill. Again, in our stance, we want the hand on top of the elbow, which puts the bat directly back over the shoulder at the correct 45-degree angle. We're going to put the front hand on the front hip. Make sure we're in a correct stance, spread and flexed. For this drill, we're going to load and rotate because we want to feel the backside, the hip, and the top hand work together. So we'll load, and then when we swing, everything comes together through the ball and snap the wrist as we make contact with the ball.